G-Senjou No Maou, The Devil in the G-String in English, is a visual novel game developed by Japanese game company Akabe Soft 2, who also made the very successful Sharon no Kuni. This game would be best described as a crime drama penned by Jet Li's Badass, Chuck Norris's Beard, and all of Jesus' miracles rolled into one. Not only is it my personal favorite visual novel and undoubtedly one of the best visual novels ever made, it is also the best story I have ever read. Ever. In my life. To begin to describe the story would be like trying to describe to someone why Scarlett Johansson is so hot. You wouldn't even know where to start. Naturally, I'm going to try to explain the impossible for the sake of the 2 people who actually watch my videos. To start, the premise is an interesting one not often explored in popular literature. You are high school student Azai Kyosuke, who has been adopted by Yakuza boss Azai Gonzo. You live out your daily life like any other high school student. You hang out with friends, sit through classes, go out once in a while. However, by night, you're a totally different person. At the price of living under a Yakuza roof, you're required to manage public relations, finances, etc. for the Yakuza. You're a powerful guy, and by your decision, entire companies can be destroyed. One day, a long-haired girl named Usami Haru transfers into your school and begins inquiring about a mysterious individual known as Maou. You also had an interest in Maou due to his suspected involvement in your Yakuza dealings, so you decide to work together with Haru for the sake of a mutual objective. The real meat of the plot is essentially a game of cat and mouse on an epic scale. It deals heavily with themes such as revenge, trust, facing your fears, and betrayal. As the story progresses, Kyosuke must put a priority on either fostering his own interests or looking out for his friends. There are numerous psychological aspects which are very well incorporated into the story. You will likely learn more about psychology from this story than you ever have, unless you've taken a criminal psychology course or something. Human nature is also explored to a surprising degree. Mind games are a big focal point. The story portrays the human mind as something that can be easily manipulated and broken if you know where the chinks are. The only real fault in the story is that besides the main route, which is Haru's, the other 3 have a couple of plot holes. The other 3 routes. However, as their own independent stories, they're all very satisfying and are a good read. The characters in G-Senjou No Maou are some of the most well-realized, fleshed out, and wholly unique characters that have ever been created. Contrary to the majority of Japanese male protagonists, the main character, Azai Kyosuke, is an extremely intelligent, cool-headed, and seemingly collective individual. His skills of deductive reasoning and general knowledge make me feel like Snooki in the face of Ayn Rand. However, deeper in the story, you'll realize he has a couple of pretty notable issues, and watching him deal with them and coping is interesting, to say the least. The antagonist is a hooligan named Maou, which is Japanese for devil. His intellect is much like Kyosuke's, however, he is a lot more intelligent and never shows any sign of weakness. His plans never fail, and he's always like 2 steps ahead of his opponent, no matter who or what he's facing. Usami Haru is a long-haired eccentric who's the other main protagonist, and is an atypical character by Japanese standards. She is both intelligent and spacey. Her reactions to things are both strange by the standards of society, yet at the same time, logical. She's almost like a female version of Sherlock Holmes, as her deductions and conclusions will do nothing but, blow your effing mind. Tsubaki is an innocent idealist that thinks nothing of herself. She's a selfless giver. She epitomizes selflessness, and is essentially Jesus with tits. Azai Kanon, or however you pronounce her name, is your stepsister, who's an Olympic-level ice skater. However, she has a perpetual tendency to annoy the hell out of anyone she talks to, and is a complete airhead. Her one redeeming quality is that her voice actress voiced Ushio from Clannad, and that means all is good. And then there's Shiratori, that I like you, but I'm gonna pretend I hate you kind of character, because that sort of thing happens in real life all the time. Her character is forgettable, and I don't know why the Japanese have a fetish for people like her. Then again, I don't get Japanese fetishes in general, but that's another subject entirely. I was only going to do the main characters, but there's one side character that deserves honorable mention. That is Tokita Yuki. She's an old friend of Haru's and is well versed in criminal psychology and negotiations. Her character is also very well realized, and I personally think that she deserved her own route. The story only touches briefly on her past relationship with Haru, and I wish they had fleshed it out a bit more, because it's interesting the way they talk to each other, and it seems like they know stuff. Now, for the music. Oh my god, the music. As if this package was not perfect enough already, it's complemented by a really, really outstanding soundtrack. Now, if you're some sort of music nerd, you've probably picked up on the allusion from the title Devil on the G-string to Bach's Air on the G-string. Every single piece of music, almost, in this game is based on a classical piece. These range from songs such as Moonlight Sonata, For Elise, The Entertainer, and many, many other songs. It'd take me forever to name all of them. All these songs that they've managed to remix them and fit the mood of whatever scene in the game perfectly, and some moments will send chills up your spine with the music and what's happening. And yeah, the sound designers really did a good job. The voice acting is also top-notch. The art is good, but not standout. They didn't do anything particularly unique like EF: A Fairy Tale of Two, where the mouths and the eyes were animated. However, the character designs are good, and the art captures the moods of the scene sufficiently. G-Senjou No Maou is a one-of-a-kind game. It really exemplifies how well of a storytelling medium visual novels can be. This simply is not the kind of experience you can get in a movie or a book. The developers had a vision, and they more than succeeded in capturing it. Thank you, Akabe Soft 2. Now, hurry up and make more games.